E3, you special. Here we go, y'all.
Blind, brother.
Oh, I was thinking when you were doing that. Okay.
Okay.
Welcome. This service is provided by Free Conference. If you are the host, press star now. Please enter your. Thank you. There is one host and one participant in this conference. Please announce yourself.
Deuteronomy 6:4. Matthew 6:9.
Matthew 6:9.
Yeah, don't bring that. Bring the chicken. Oh, you know.
Okay.
Emmanuel funding on YouTube. Blessed on the new moon. Barakatah Yahweh. Hashem Yahushua. Asherah. Atananawa. Hakadash. Shalom. the water, Amen. English translation. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, that give to us the new moon in peace. Thank you, so be it. The Aliyam, Ma'ah, Hasharayim, Akkad. Psalm 121. Zakar, read everything.
Psalm 121.
Not yet. Hebrew first. Anya, Arayam, Ayinimya, O, Ahayam, Mayan, Yabu'a, Isaiah, Yabu'a, Mayahawa, Sha'asha, Shamayam, Warataza, La'a, Jonathan, Amawat, Wagalia, Yala'a, Yanawam, Joshua Maka, Ana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yishan, Joshua Ma, Yasharala, Yahawa, Shemaya, Yahawa, Yazalia, Ayel, Yad, Yad, Yahumam, Ashamash, Da'a, Achaya, Vayorat, Da'a, Balayala, Yahawa, Yashamaya, Makal, Rai, Yashamar, Napasha, Yahawa, Yashamar, Awalakia, Obaya, Aitha, Aid, Iwulam, Asham, Yahausha, the water, Aman.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills from which come my help. My help comes from the Lord, which made the heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keep thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keep Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy soul going out, and thou coming in from this time forth forevermore. Amen.
Amen. Shema Yasharala, you are Israel. Shema Yasharala, Yahweh, Allah Haynawa, Yahweh, Achad, Shema Yasharala, Yahweh, Allah Haynawa, Yahweh, Achad, Shema Yasharala, Yahweh, Allah Haynawa, Yahweh, Achad.
Hear, O Israel, the Lord, our God, is one Lord. Amen.
Amen. Yahweh Tapala, Yahweh's prayer. Abiyanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Aya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakovka, Taba'a, Atazawanka, Aya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Ka, Ashamayim, Atananawa, Acham, Yawam, Za, Wasalaknawa, Kawafnawa, Asalaknawa, Kawafyanawa, Wala'a, Abiyanawa, O, one, Abo, Al-Shainawa, Orai, Oya, Laka, Amalakwaf, Wa Allah, Wataparat, Iwulam, Aman.
After this man is being for 30 years, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thou is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Amen.
Ashura Matazuaf, the Ten Commandments. La'a, Yahaya, Laka, Alahayim, Alkalim, Albanya. La'a, Daisha, Laka, Oso, Wala'a, Ibadam. La'a, Alakwaka, Shamwa, Yahawa, Ahaika, Ashua, Zaka, Av, Ayuwam, Ashabaf, Akodashra, Kabad, Abiyaka, Wa'amaka, La'a, Tuatazat, La'a, Tana'a, La'a, Aganab, La'a, Daina, Shukur, La'a, Akamad, Kau, Ashura, Ayaka, Aman.
Psalm 40, verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which hath brought thee out the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other God before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltiness and takes his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day, keep it holy. 6 days shall thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work. Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservants, nor thy maidservants, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in the 6th day the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is. And rest the 7th day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God gives thee. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservants, nor his maidservants, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. Amen.
Amen. Yeshua, please be seated. English translation. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, that gives to us the fruit of the vine. Thank you, so be it. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, with Israel. Barakatah Yahweh, Hashem Agadosh, Akaram, Abiyo, Noah, Ali one, Malak, Sho, Shamayim, Baratazah, Rako, Abayim, Kayayim, Wagum, Hamashiach, Mayahawa, Adawanawa, Ahabnawa, Hapalah, Yahaitaza, Yahushai, Zakarnawa, Yahawa, Batazawan, Aimka, Yasha'ala, Aizonawa, Bana, Wasap, Yasha'ala, O, Nanawa, Yamyan, Aita, Kayuwamyam, Akudam, Abukushan, Shalak, Maika Allah, Batazawadak, Alahayim, La, Magannawa, Wapannawa, Mashamor, Ilnawa, Aikor, Shalak, Aroka, Sho, Yahushai, Lanawa, Alamadnawa, Rabiam, Akama, Abawana, Wada Aif, Sho, the Baka, Basham, Yahushai, the Wada, Tamyad, Ayulam, Aman. English translation. Blessed are you, Yahweh, the great, merciful, mighty, terrible, most high power, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. And also the anointed from Yahweh, our Lord, our friend, the wonderful counselor, Yahushua. Remember us, Yahweh, favorably our people Israel. Help us build and gather Israel. Most high, we beg you right now, like the days of old. Please send Michael and the righteous powers to protect us, heal us, and watch over us. Mainly send the spirit of Yahushua to us to teach us much wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of thy word. In the name of Yahushua, I thank you always and forever. So be it. Repeat the Hebrew only. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua that gives to us the law. Barakatah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Asherah, Atananawa, Atharat. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua that gives to us the light to see. Barakatah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Asherah, Atananawa, Awar, Atharat. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua that gives to us the ransom to all the people. Barakatah Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, Asherah, Atananawa, Oran, Ayah, Lakara, A'aim. Yeshua, peace be seated.
Thank you. Yeah, tomorrow. You'll be here tomorrow before?
Most I was willing, yes.
Okay. Y'all do the class? I actually gotta read the prayers. He always let me though.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's busy and he's working.
Call Khadijah.
Yes, I called him when he first started. Miss Khadijah.
Hi, Shalom Yasharala.
Shalom.
Welcome to the new moon, and welcome to Ayasharala Kanas, which stands for the Congregation of Israel. Over here, we teach that the so-called Negroes and Hispanics, those scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, those whose forefathers came here on cargo slave ships, they are the real Jews that the Bible speaks of. All right, we scattered throughout the four corners because of the laws that we broke in the past. And today, one of the laws that we used to keep, we are keeping right now. But out of the majority, most of our people are not keeping those laws because they are called lost sheep. They are called lost sheep of the house of Israel. So when we read the Bible and we go to passages, scriptures, as we read Israel. And Israel that we're reading in the Bible, they are well alive today. And all the nations that were back then, they are all alive today. And through research, through the knowledge of the Most High, through uncover the mysteries of the Bible, we come to know that we are the children of Israel that the Bible is speaking about. And when we read in Matthew, Yahushua, known as Jesus Christ in the English language, Yahushua in Hebrew, when he came for a specific purpose to save the children of Israel from their sins. And today is the new moon. A new moon is one of the laws that the Most High commanded us to keep. Each and every month, we're supposed to come together in memory of that holy day, to observe this holy day. When I mean to observe, it means not just to keep it, but to investigate it, to meditate on it, to really find out the true meaning in the depth of keeping the high holy days, more specifically today, the new moon. And but that, before we started, you were well alive and talking. Right? Well alive and talking. So I'm going to wake you up. I'm going to have you read all the new moon scriptures. The target is on you. Remember, I told you that before. And I'm going to try to keep that word. And for those listening on the conference line, welcome. And those watching on the live stream, welcome to the new moon service. And for that, I'm going to read the first new moon scriptures tonight. And he's going to give us an understanding of the new moon. So without further ado, Patak, 3 new moon scriptures, and explain to the congregation listening on the conference line, here in the school, and watching on live, explain those three scriptures in your own understanding what the new moon is about. And you, if you don't mind, you could turn around so that in loud and clear and to the point, but according to your understanding.
I have my book with me, for different scriptures.
You don't have your book with you for the many scriptures.
New moon.
Hmm.
I have my book right here.
Okay.
But I would try and explain it to me once I get the scripture for the new moon.
I mean, not to me, explain it to me and the whole class and everybody listening on the conference line, and explain to them what the new moon is about. Pretend like you the one that's gonna explain to them those 3 scriptures, or if you don't have the scriptures, like you say, you don't have a book, I can help you by reading the scriptures for you and you break it down. Let's go to 2nd Ezra in the Apocrypha. Uh-huh. Chapter 6 and verse 45. And that's a new notebook you have, right?
Yeah.
All right, so yeah. The new scriptures, write them down and put new moon on top of it. All right, and then that same new book that you have, bring that same new book for each class, each new service, right? All right, so we can you can always have your note with you that you've been taking.
Okay.
2nd Ezra. 2nd Ezra.
6:45.
Page 21. At the bottom,
And
other side. Right there.
okay, I got it. 6:45. It says, upon the 4th day, thou commanded that the sun should shine, and the moon give her light, and the stars should be in order.
Okay.
Okay, Most High commanded that the sun would shine. The sun would shine and the moon gives light too. And it goes around. Each of them have their own light. The sun has his light and the moon has his light. And they go in order.
Mm-hmm. That's all you have to say on that one? Okay. Let's go to now. Let's go to 1st Maccabees now. Chapter 10 and verse 33.
One chicken or 2 chickens? For bar. 1 chicken or 2 chickens? 2. 2.
Tell them you're in a service too. You're in the middle of the service.
Bar. I'm recording.
Oh, Maccabees.
First Maccabees chapter 10, verse 33.
Oh, yeah, someone else.
131, 129. What verse is it? Chapter 10,
First Maccabees chapter 10, verse 33.
yeah, page 129.
I got 113.
So
First
129.
Maccabees chapter 10, verse 33.
Here we go. First Maccabees 10, verse 33. Page 129. In the middle. Right hand side.
First Maccabees 10:32. First Maccabees, chapter 10 and 33, it says, moreover, freely set the liberty every one of the Jews that were carried captive out of the land of Judea into the part of my kingdom. I will that all my officers remit tributes even of their cattle. Of the Jews they were carried and captive out of the land of Judea into the part of in the kingdom, that I will all my officers will give tribute even to all the cattle. I mean, give everything respect. For you coming out of Jerusalem. That it was set a liberty to every one of the Jews that were carried in captive from Judea into the part of the kingdom, that I will give all my officers remit and tribute even their cattle. I mean, to give all the Israel that came out of Judea.
33, 10, 33, 34. Verse
34.
33 and to 34. So explain what this is talking about here.
Furthermore, I will all the feasts and the Sabbath and the new moon, solemn days, and 3 days before the feast, and 3 days after the feast shall be all days of community and freedom for all the Jews in the realm. That means that they all will have the feast on the Sabbath day of the new moon, and that they all will be together for 3 days. That they will celebrate the new moon for the feast, and 3 days after the feast, that's all day they will all be in community with freedom for all the Jews.
I mean, just that passage alone, do you understand what's going on in it? Do you have any idea?
So I'm reading time to put it together. We'll have a feast for the Sabbath day, all the Jews, and they all going to sit together and praise the moon.
Who is gonna have the feast?
Israel. For the Jews, they all gonna be together.
Okay. So we see that us around that time, right? We were making agreements to live in peace, right? And we had Demetrius, and around the time when Alexander also, there was a lot of conquering going on. And us, all we always seek is peace, right? We always seek peace for Israel, for our people, right? Just to simplify it. And you see that even the other nations who are not Jews, they knew about our laws. They knew about the feast days that we kept, right? And they signed agreement to let us keep our feast days, keep our new moon. But the main point that we want to touch on is the new moon, right? Because since we're in the new moon, right, we want to touch on the new moon. That's why we read 34. So further, I will that all the feasts and Sabbath and new moons and solemn days and the 3 days before the feast and the 3 days after the feast shall be all days of immunity and freedom for all the Jews in my realm. So all the Jews being in the realm of the enemy, yet if we follow the Most High statute and commandment, even in that environment, we should be keeping the laws of the Most High. For example, you have brothers and sisters who say that, oh, we in captivity, we can't keep the laws anymore, right? That's the incense, right? Yeah, so keeping our laws, statutes, and commandments, right? Regardless of where we are, to the best of our ability, we should keep them, no matter where we are. Because why? Because this is our understanding and wisdom in amongst the nations. But since we are not doing that right now, we get no respect because we as a people don't have a set of rules that are strict that we keep, that we call ours. We in Christianity, we in Muslim, we in Islam, we Buddhist, right? We try to be everything but keeping the laws of the Most High. Okay. But when we have something that is unique to us and we stick to it, and it is distinct coming from the Most High, then we start gaining our respect back. Okay. That's the only way we get our respect, when we start keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. And that will make us be seen in a different light. It's not that you're doing anything special, you're just like anybody else, except that the laws of the Most High give you a different character. Right? It gives you a different character. It makes you mature in how we go about doing things. Right? Our judgment, our decision is solid. We make solid decision. Not to say that we always gonna make good decision, but for the most part, we're gonna be on the right path. And even when we fall, we will get back up again, go at it, because it's a learning obstacle. It's a learning experience, right? We are learning. And the good thing about it, if we fall or if we don't have the answer to solve a problem, what do the Most High said? Let's go to James. Let's go to James, the 1st chapter. Right. Certain wisdom we have to solve certain problems. Some problems that come across during our day or during our lifetime, during our journey, We may not have the solution, but who has the solution? Let's go to James. James chapter 1. You got James? James chapter 1, and then verse 5. Come on. We have two most important things in life: good decision and bad decision. And we are constantly making decisions. To come to the new moon is a decision. But we make that decision based on what we know is true. James 1. All right, I'll read that. James 1 and 5 said, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that give to all men liberally and upbraideth not, meaning he doesn't stop you from asking him question, right? He doesn't stop you from asking him question, and he's not gonna tell you, don't ask me no question, because if you come to him, you ask him question, he's gonna tell you. Now, there is a way to approach God to ask him question. You can doubt him. You can't come to him and doubt that he can answer your question. You can doubt that he can deliver. The very reason why we go to him is because we don't know. And we know that he knows, and we step to him and ask him. And when we ask him, he's gonna give us freely without any problem. As long as we go and we ask him, and we ask him sincerely, with faith that he will give us the answer that we're looking for. Right?
Right.
I'll read verse 6. It says, but let him ask in faith. Right? Let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. Because now, when you doubt, you go, imagine we go into the Most High and ask him, and we doubting the Most High at the same time. What that does is it makes us very unstable, and we always gonna find ourselves in trouble because, because of doubt. We always gonna be in trouble. And it says in verse 7, I read on, it says, for let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. Don't even think you're gonna receive anything if we doubt the Most High. We can forget about it. All right. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 12. Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 12. Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 12 in the Apocrypha.
You tell you, brother. Page 17.
or Ecclesiastes?
Cuss. See, when the apostles only say cuss, that's how I know to go to the apostles. And if it's in the Bible, Ecclesiastes, how you say it in the Bible?
Ecclesiastes.
Jeez.
In the Bible, Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha.
The cuss is in the Bible. The apostles. Keys is in the Bible.
Right.
That's how I break it down.
Okay, so
Page 7.
Page, what chapter? What chapter?
Chapter
That's
2.
you look at index.
Chapter 2 in verse 12.
You don't need that, you in this one. What chapter again?
Chapter 2 in verse 12.
2:12, okay.
Okay. Ecclesiastes.
Plus,
Page, second chapter, 12 verse, right?
Yes.
Okay. Come.
And it reads, woe be to fearful hearts. Woe means destruction to fearful heart. If you fear, you will not accomplish much.
Right.
And even on a low scale, on a low level.
Right.
Where the fear coming at? Fear coming at from everywhere. For example, fear of talking to someone, asking someone something. If you need something, right? You fear something that can be useful to you. You fear asking the person for that something. What do you think is going to happen to you? You're going to lose out because you need the something, but you fear of asking, so you're going to have a problem, right? You're going to go without. For example, let's say you want to go look for a job at a company, right? When you get there, and to go ask the manager, is he hiring? You got cold feet. You're scared to go in. What's gonna happen? You're gonna return back with no job or not even an opportunity to get the job. Fear. See, that's pretty right. So that's fear on a low level. So fear, the Most High said He did not give us a fearful heart. Fear kept people from making the right decision. Or fear keeping people from making decision when in fact not making the decision is a decision. Right? And it says, woe unto you that have it says, woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth 2 ways. When you fear, you have no conviction in anything. And let's say you're gonna do something and you fear, you don't have any conviction. You can't win. You already lose before you started because of fear. It's in your head. You defeat yourself before you even go forward. All right. Read on. It says, a sinner that goeth 2 ways. It says, woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believed not. You faint-hearted and believe not. For example, Yahushua said, when you pray, believe you already received and it shall be yours. Which means when you ask for something, you should already have a vision of what you want. And you see it already. And when you see it, it's just a matter of time for you to have it physically. As you ask with faith and belief, it should come through. It may not come through at your time, but your faith in the belief, it will come true. And it may not come true in the manner that you want it to come true. It may come true in a different way, different form. But if you keep looking at the way you want it, it may come, you don't even see that it came. Right? Because you're looking at it from your way, and the Most High has another way that he's going to show it to you in a bigger picture. But because that you looking at it on your specific way, the way you want it, you missed it, and it's there and you never seen it. Your eyes open, but you're looking to receive it the way you want, in the wrong direction, but not the way the Most High has given it to you. All right. That was verse 13, right? 12, faint-hearted, for he believed not. Therefore shall he not be defended. So that means you left without defense. Because how would I defend you when you don't even believe that I can help you? Right? So that's the way it goes. So let's go back to the new moon scriptures. Let's go to Psalm. And still you put that. Psalms 104 in verse 19. And you can see this country is driven by fears. Okay? And there's a reason for it, because when you keep people in fear, they dependent on whoever is making them fear. For succor. All right? So let's go to Psalm 104:19. Otak, you can read that once you have it and explain it.
Psalm 104:19. He said, I appointed the moon for the season, and the sun, Lord, is going down. He said, I appointed the moon for this season. And
Stop right there. What are we talking about here?
Talking about the sun.
No. In the first sentence, the beginning of the sentence. Who appointed the moon? Who's the he?
Most High.
Okay, that's what you got to understand when you read it. When I say stop there, I want you to get it clear who's speaking. When it says he appointed the moon, you got to stop, since you're the one explaining it, to make it specific that the Most High appointed the moon.
Right.
All right, so we can move on. Go ahead.
He appointed the moon for the seasons, and the sun, Lord, is going down. When it go down, when the moon go down, the sun will come up at this time.
Yeah, let's go, man.
Explain that, Zakar.
Okay, he got it all right, but he appointed this guy the moon for season. Each month is a season. It's a feast for us to have a feast that God appointed for us. But when the sun is going down, that's when the moon rises.
What's the feast that he appointed?
The new moon.
All right. So he appointed the feast of the new moon at its season, right?
Mhm.
And everything, the sun is doing its thing, the moon is doing its thing. Exactly. Understood, right? All right, so let's go to Psalm 8 and 1. Psalm 8 and verse 1. And question, Zakar, what new moon is this?
The second moon.
Second new moon, okay?
The day is 2-1.
All right. And what's your name, bud? Mike? Michael. Okay. All right, so Patak again. Psalm 8 in verse 1.
Psalm 8. O Lord, how excellent and is thy name in all the earth, who has set thy glory upon the heaven.
Upon, you got upon?
Above the heaven.
So what does that mean? Well, explain that little precept here. Because when we ask to read, it's not just to read the word and run through it, and you read the words on the page, you don't understand what you're reading. You have to make sure that you understand the word that you're reading. Because anybody can read the word, but we have to understand what you read. And when I ask you that, go right back to the same thing that you read and get the understanding and bring it out. You see, in this verse right here, it's self-explanatory. You just got to bring it out in a way that you show you understand what it's saying.
Our Lord is excellent.
Exactly.
And our name is all on earth. He has set a glory for us above the heavens.
He has said what?
He set the glory for us above the heavens.
He said
Thy glory above the heavens.
Okay, he said thy glory or our glory?
Above the heavens.
That's what he says? Is that thy glory mean our glory? Now, thy glory mean his glory. Right. All right. 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 Above the heaven. So what is the Most High's glory that he said above the heaven? Okay. Yahushua. Right now we're talking about the instruments above that he set. The excellency of what we talking about today. What are the moon is one of the instruments that is set above the heavens. Right? The many what they call stars that we see, he set them above the heaven. The sun, not all the armies above. that he set above the heaven. That's the Most High's glory. The moon is the Most High's glory. The sun is the Most High's glory. Right? The stars are the Most High's glory. Okay? That's what he's talking about. Okay? Right. He set his glory above heaven. Right.
Okay.
You get it now? All right, fine. Get in the habit when you read it, you got to understand it for yourself. Okay? Let every man convince in his own mind. All right? Before anybody come and explain it to you, you have to have an idea what it's talking about. You have to have an idea, an understanding of what it's talking about. Somebody may come along and put some words and make it clear, but you had already have an idea what it's talking about. All right? Galatians chapter 3, verse 24. 3:24. Galatians. We're gonna go to Galatians. And we're not gonna drag too long. We're gonna pull a few more scriptures and then we close out and we can continue to celebrate the new moon.
Galatians 3:24.
3:24.
That's the 2 Corinthians.
Okay.
3:24. Here we go.
We're gonna see another of the Most High's favorite again. His glory, his favorite things. That's all part of the Most High's glory. Israel, when we are in our right frame of mind, right? We acting right, we supposed to represent the Most High's glory as a people, because we're supposed to be representative of the Most High here on this plane called Earth. The stars, they testify of the Most High. The moon testifies of the Most High. The sun testifies of the Most High. They doing a great job at it, day in, day out, year in, year out, month in, month out. Us down here in this ground, we supposed to reflect the Most High the same way the sun show the Most High's glory, the same way the moon represent the Most High's glory. That's how we should be on earth. Right now, it is not so. We don't represent the Most High in that manner. Right? When somebody see us as an Israelite, we supposed to shine as if it's the sun shining above where the Most High set, right? His glory above the heaven. That's how we're supposed to be regarded. Okay? Let's go to Galatians 3:24. And it doesn't take much. You can see how so-called stars, they make an impact on people here, right? We can make an impact on people too. If they wicked, they can make an impact. Why can't we, the Most High's created in the Most High's image, in his likeness, why can't we make an impact in righteousness? Yeah, we make an impact when we do the right thing, right? When we do the right thing, we make an impact. And it shows, right? It shows to people, but it doesn't have to always show to people, right? Because, right, they can see it in us. But the key is when we make an impact, the impact will be felt and will be seen by people in the world, right? But the person that we're trying to impress, not that we can really impress the Most High, but the person that we're performing for is the Most High. Right? That's why the Most High said, don't let your right hand see what the left hand is doing. Why? Because you're not doing it for people. You're doing it for him. He wants to see that you're doing the right thing. Even if you don't see him looking, do the right thing. Because the right thing, you're doing it for him, and he can see you. While people can see you, but he can see you, and you're performing for him. Your light shine. While you're doing it, your light shine in righteousness. All right. Galatians 3:24. Read it when you have it. Because sometimes we get into trouble when we try to perform for people. And you can never please people because sometimes people don't even know what they want themselves and we try to please them. Right. Lack of understanding, and they don't even know what they want themselves. You're trying to please people who don't even know what they want. Do the right thing to please the Most High. While you please the Most High, they will be pleased, right? Even they don't understand it. Like Yahushua, what he did, they did not understand what he was doing. But we still gonna inherit the kingdom because of what he did, even though we didn't understand what he was doing. Right? Galatians 3:24. You can read it, Pata.
Galatians 24. Wherefore the Lord was our schoolmaster to bring us unto Christ, that we might be justified by faith.
Right. The law that we keeping, the new moon, the high holy days that we keeping, they are our schoolmaster to bring us to who? To bring us to Christ. Why? Because Christ is our leader. He's the one that we should look up to. Right? He exemplified everything that is a righteous leader is. You reflect that. If you were to hire a leader, look the Mosai's Yahushua's resume. You will find that everything you're looking for, he filled that purpose. See, when we choose to follow Yahushua, that's how we should think. We should think, okay, let's say if you want to hire somebody as a consultant to consult you in some matter, right? You want to make sure that that person is experienced in this area. He's experienced in that area. He knows this. He knows that. How did he perform in this area? How did he perform in that area? So if you want to know who to choose as a leader, check Yahushua's resume. Check Christ's resume. You're going to find there's none that you can find to compare to Yahushua. So the law was our schoolmaster, right? And Yahushua came and he showed us how to do the law. Right? To bring us to Yahushua, who would be the one to show us, here's how you were doing this way, here's how you should do it. Love thy neighbor as you love thyself. Do you understand what that means? Do you understand what this means? Here's what it means. I'm going to lay down my life even for people who are wicked. This is love thy neighbor as you love thyself. He laid down. I'm going to lay down my life for somebody that's sitting on a table with me, eating bread with me, right? He's going to betray me, yet I'm going to die. So if he repent, he has a chance to inherit everlasting life. Right? Even if he repent, when he repents, he can inherit everlasting life. Some people may say, oh man, Judas, this guy, yes, he was wicked, but he has a chance too, because Yahushua died. If he repent, he have a chance too. Right? Anybody in Israel who was wicked, because Yahushua laid down his life, you have a chance if you repent. All right. Let's go back to Galatians 3:24 again. Galatians 3:24.
Right there.
Read it again.
Wherefore the law was our schoolmaster to bring us unto Christ, that we might be justified by the faith.
Right. To bring us to Christ so we can be justified by faith. What does that mean? Do you understand it?
Most High brought us to Christ so we can be justified in doing the right thing. Follow his example.
Right.
Be like him.
Right.
Always teach your brother in the right manner.
In the right manner, right?
Yes, sir.
Not only just teach, I mean, when we say teach them in the right manner, what do you mean? Teach what? What's the right thing? Give me some example of the right. Give Michael, give me an example of the right thing. Living right. What is living right?
For example, go to work, pay bills, and do the things that you need to do.
Wicked people go to work, they pay bills. They try to live like Christ like. Example. Give me a simple example. There's a plenty of example you can pull. Just give me a simple example. Try to Christ like. What did Christ do that we would want to do? Exactly. That's one. Help people. That's one of the things that Yahushua shows, right? He came to help people that could not help themselves. Somebody who cares for people who cannot take care of themselves, who even care for themselves. He tried to put himself in their shoes, right? And show them how to care for themselves, even when they did not care for themselves. See, that's a perfect example. That's number one characteristics that Yahushua showed. He came, right, to care for people who could not take care of themselves. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When we try to make it complicated, when I ask a question, I'm not looking for something out of the sky. Something very simple. Yahushua is very simple. Right? Yahushua is very simple. Don't make things complicated. You see how you put it? He cared for people who could not take care of themselves. That's it. He did something that people would not dare to do. Die for a sinner.
Right.
Those are the things that Yahushua did. We should exemplify, or try to the best of our ability to exemplify. That's why the Most High said we can never strive for perfection. We can never, right. Try for keep moving, because if you can be on the level that Yahushua did, try that. That's why you should always have room to. There should always be room to grow. If we sinning, we should be striving, because just sinning meaning that we're not there yet. We got to keep moving forward. Fun. Right? And always keep that in mind when you perform for the Most High. Always keep that in mind. When you keep that in mind, people try to frustrate you while you're teaching them the right thing, you will not get frustrated, because you're not working for them, you're working for the boss. You're working for the Most High. And when you work for the Most High, you better make sure you do a good job at it, because the Most High is watching you. He gives you gifts to do a good job. If you don't do a good job, don't blame him, because he gives you all the gifts to do your job. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 29. Because one thing that we can always be certain, the Most High will never give you or send you in a mission with a broken plan, with a flawed plan. No, Jeremiah 29 and 11. The Most High will never put you on a path and leave you there stranded, right, with no help. The key is, when you find yourself in a tough spot dealing with a situation, that's where the faith comes in. As you go through it, then it builds your character and you become more mature. But if you start doubting the Most High, that's when you got to go back to basic again. The Most High will take you back to basic because you still don't get it. All right. Let's go back to Jeremiah. And we should always go back to basic no matter what anyway. Always start from the beginning. Never put yourself in a position when you think you know too much. That's going to be your downfall. (29 and 11). Never let the years of studying get to your head and say, man, I've been in this thing for so many years. I know what I'm talking about.
Done.
I'll read this one. It says, for I know the thoughts that I think towards you. That's the Most High speaking.
Mm-hmm.
He know the thought that he think towards us. Right? Saith the Lord. Thoughts of peace and not of evil. So if you ever find yourself in a tough spot, and you know you're doing your best, don't ever think the Most High puts you in a position to fail. Never that. Never that. It's just that the spot that we in is tough, but we focusing on the tough spot rather than solution to fix to break the wall. The more we keep looking at the problem, staring at the problem becomes bigger. The key is you push the problem out the way and you find the best solution to get over. And by the time you push the problem, it's not like the problem get any easier. It's just you got stronger.
Mm-hmm.
You got stronger. The problem is still there, but you solved it and you got stronger. You break the barrier.
Mm-hmm.
But keep wallowing in, oh man, why me? And oh man, why I'm always in that situation, man. Oh man, the Most High, I don't know, man. Yeah, always crying, always complaining. Not to say that some situation ain't tough. Wallowing in it is not gonna solve it. Put it this way. As a matter of fact, it's gonna make you more weaker, because the more you complain, you're not finding solution, you're gonna find more problem. Because now you got to deal with the weakness that you got now instead of the problem that was initially presented in front of you. Right? And it says, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. So to give you an expected end. So the Most High put this there, not of evil, because certain things that you're gonna go through, you think, man, that's not right. You think that's a bad situation the Most High put you in. No, the Most High have an expected end. Do your best to solve the problem, and if you find yourself a roadblock, what you do? Go to James 1 and 5, right? Ask the Most High for wisdom so you can solve the problem. So he will give you more wisdom to solve the problem, not to get stuck in the problem. To ask the Most High for wisdom so you can solve the problem. If you don't have enough information to deal with the situation right now. Okay, and the Most High will see that, yeah, that one, all right, cool. Since you come to me, it's pretty tough. All right, here's the next road to go. But don't think that even though he show you that road, you're gonna know what's gonna happen in the next road, because there's gonna be roadblocks still. It's just that right here, it's just like you playing Mario, right? You get stuck somewhere, and then boom, you get. Don't think that it's not gonna be another bad guy gonna try to block your head, even though you press that one. Yeah.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, you playing the game.
You playing the game. But don't think until you get to the end, the game is gonna still be playing.
Right.
You gotta be careful. Right? You gotta be careful, but not too careful to the point where you fear taking steps. Okay? You gotta be cautious. Put it this way. You gotta be cautious. Right? You gotta be cautious. You're not gonna see a problem and say, "Oh no, I'm not gonna act like I fear." But wisdom tell you shouldn't go that way, right? You got to use wisdom, right? Because sometimes we make decision, but the decision that we make is wrong decision, and it bring ruin to ourselves. So we got to watch that as well. Right. But certain things that present in front of us, they just challenges and roadblocks, right? You got to find solution and ask Most High for wisdom to solve them and go past it. Right, get around it. And as you get around it, it's just like you playing game, you get more power. Boom, they give you some more points, right? As you winning, they give you some more points. Just like the Most High said, if you do something with it, I'll add to what you got. He give you more points. But if you can do nothing with it, I'll take it away and give it to somebody else. Right? All right, so that's it, man. We're gonna close it out right there, 11:24. We're gonna continue to enjoy the feast, get some yayan, get some food, and we take it from there. For those listening on the conference line and watching online, hope you have a great new moon. That's the second new moon in, new moon out. Same thing, repetition, because repetition make us stronger. And that's why the Most High make us repeat things. Not that the Most High want us to do things that is redundant, okay? The Most High does it for a specific purpose. He does it so that we can get better. As you repeat something, you repeat it. Next thing you know, you can do it in your sleep. Subconsciously, it's there. The Most High wanted to wire it in our brain so that we don't forget. We don't ever forget. That's the practice, right? That's the habits. Those are the good habits the Most High wants us to keep. Okay? All right, so with that, we're going to say Shalom. Kahan Nabia. Not Kahan Nabia has Wisdom of Solomon. Chapter.
You already explained how to address fear through reason.
Wisdom of Solomon.
17 and 12.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
I thought it was.
You remember your ring by now?
All right, so Wisdom of Solomon. Make sure you write that down. All right, and Patak, I'm gonna continue to be on your top.
Okay.
All right, so that in that notebook, continue to bring it.
Okay.
Continue to bring it. So I stop you from sleeping tonight because you started to sleep right from the get-go. Yeah, that's why you call it tough love, right? Even though you could enjoy your sleep, but it's not good.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm glad you did.
All right. Cool.
All right. You did,
Con. All right. So stay tuned for the closing prayer. English translation. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that give to us the fruit of the vine. Thank you, so be it to Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai with Israel. Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Kushai, Shema, Nawa, Aitha, Namyun, Aitha, Shalat, Micah Allah, Walalahayim, Atazudakim, Shemo Aya, Barak, Wapa, Mangan, Wakaziyak, Banya, Yasha Allah, Masalak, Nawa, Rabiam, Akama, Rabiam, the If, Rabiam, Bayana, Rabiam, Sabalanwaf, Rabiam, Amawan, Rabiam, Aqua, Rabiam, Ahabiam, Rabiam, Agana, Wakanaya, Wasalat, Kau, Kata Yemna, La Akim, Yasha Allah, Tamyad, Bayulam, Bahasham, Yahaushai, the water, Amun. English translation. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please listen to us now, right now. Send Michael and the righteous powers and angels to watch over, bless, heal, protect, and make strong the children of Israel. And send to us much wisdom, much knowledge, much understanding, much patience, much faith, much brotherhood, much love, much spiritual protection, and forgive us all our sins for the brothers and sisters in Israel, always and forever, in the name of Yahushai. Thank you, so be it. Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Barak Nawa, Oyasha Allah, Basha Sapayim, Shema, Yashu Allah, Yahweh, Allah Hainawa, Yahweh, Achai. English translation. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, bless us in Israel, in the house of books, in the school. Hear, O Israel, Yahweh, our power. Yahweh is one power. Prayer for the food. Yahweh, Adawah, Hashem, Adawanya, Yahushai, Abukushai, Barak, Anko, and Noah. Shatai, Yoath, Yanawa, Yayun, Yanawa, Lakam, Yanawa, Shakarai, Yanawa, Zakag, Shah, Hayurak, Kadash, Bahasham, Yahushai, the water, Aman. All right, brothers, circle up. Shalom, brothers and sisters, watching on the with us on the live stream and on the conference line. Have a blessed night and enjoy the rest of the new moon. Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.